Hello and welcome to my video about the recent chemical smelling fog that everybody's reporting. We'll be looking at how it's made artificially and naturally, and we will look at a possible reason for the chemical smell. Fog is created when air is warmed over a warm surface. That warm air moves over a cool surface, creating fog. You gotta love a conspiracy, so here's one for you. Weaponizing weather with fog, maybe? Here is a PDF file of a document presented to the Air Force in 1996. I see applying weather modifications to military operations and fog. The process of hygroscopic seeding and nanotech smart material with computer capabilities at its core.
But in the future, every square inch of every city will be alive with intelligence. Because every street and every building will have a network of microcomputers built right into them. Dr. Chris Piester calls it smart dust.
A smart dust particle or mote is a wireless sensor with sensing, computation, communication, and power in one package.
These all-in-one microcomputers will be small, very small.
The size of a mote today is about the size of a grain of rice. And we've shown that we can make the circuitry small enough and light enough that eventually it will be possible to make things that are on a sub-millimeter size scale.
Tiny specks of computer smart dust will form a vast invisible network that can help manage the infrastructure of even the largest city.
Smart cities in the future will take this low power, inexpensive, small technology and basically distribute it everywhere.
These tiny computers record information about their surroundings, information they can send to other computers or to you. Smart dust on the tracks will monitor your commuter train so you know if it's running late. Potholes will be able to report themselves and warn your car, and you'll never have to wait for a radio traffic report again.
They're monitoring the flow of traffic and giving you alerts about what route is the right way to go to keep the traffic moving.
Bridges will get a coating of smart dust particles that can warn us when they detect stress fractures, helping avoid deadly collapses. But smart dust will also allow buildings and streets to recognize you and respond accordingly.
I think increasingly the environment will respond to who we are and adapt in consequence.
The city will know where you are if you want it to.
Your workplace will know you. Smart dust at the entrance will boot up your computer. And smart dust embedded in the elevator doors will automatically ring your floor.
Smart dust is going to sense the environment and allow us to improve the way that we live our lives.
No matter how we live in the future city, it will be radically different.
Weird fog reported in the UK, Europe, and around America. Reported to have a strange chemical smell and look like snow, even though it isn't snow. Personally, I found it very strange too. That's why I ended up looking into it. So, what were you thinking? Can it be explained away by military operations and smart material? Or is there something more natural that could be the reason? Could it be volcanic eruptions? In this next part of the video, we'll be looking at volcanoes and the recent eruptions. As shown on the video, the eruption of Kilauea, a volcano in Hawaii, continues into the new year. Although all activity is confined to the summit, the USGS volcano alert levels are still at watch. It was reported there was 2 vents erupting, one shut down because its cone fell in on itself. In this video of a helicopter flying over the summit on January the 3rd, shows a massive plume of gas being swept to the southwest. Imagine how much gas it actually produces. Here we have more gas being produced by the geysers in Ethiopia and a chart of CO2 emissions from volcanoes. On the left is a picture of the volcano Kilauea's lava pool. There's elevated sulfur emissions around 30,000 tons per day. 673 acres, what? 1 acre is half a football field, so what? That's 330 football fields? Really? That's huge. Oh, 4 billion gallons or 15 million cubic meters. Right, volume, I get it. Here is a map showing the locations of the volcanoes. which ones are erupting and which ones got minor activity. Here is another map of sulfur emissions. It shows very high levels of sulfur in the dark red regions. Have you heard of the Great Smog of London in 1952 and the death of loads of people? The fog smelt chemically too. The smog was toxic sulfur gas brought over from volcanoes by the wind. Here's a list of volcanoes that have erupted recently. The Smithsonian Institute says there should be roughly around 20 continuing volcano erupting, but has now changed that number to 40 in 2025. Is it natural? Is it artificial? Is it a volcano? Is it the military? Chemical smell? Is it sulfur from volcanoes? I'd like to hear your views on this subject, so please leave a comment in the comments below. I plan to do a podcast in the future about all different subjects. That's the end of my video. Thank you for watching The Fog by Between Line Knowledge.